Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I am going to be going over the event that we ran today, and I'm going to be vocalizing over it to be able to make sure that everyone that wasn't able to go can know what happened, as well as obviously if the typing is too small for YouTube or if you're on your phone or something, you'll know exactly what was said and the conclusion of the event. So we'll go ahead and get started. As you can see here, we've got a selfless gunship crafting supply message, but those orc had something extra special for dinner, I think. And Raylan is the one with the green aura below him over here on the horse. It looks like he is going to be heading up this event as well as the master of the the Green Company, which is the guild that I am in that does a lot of play stuff. Here, I was just showing how many people are already here. This does include pets, but that is a lot of people already that have showed up for this. So not Luna, Lunia, Moonbow. I'm sorry, Orc. It must have been the wind carrying smells from Luna. I'm guessing that she's making fun of how Gunship's character. Okay, well, let's go ahead and get started while people show up. I called on you all today because of the recent threats we've been facing. Is anyone unaware of the goblin problem that we've had? Well, it appears that a goblin has found something that gives him great power. He has been raiding orc forts throughout the land, converting them to his side. In doing this, the goblin has caused magical instability throughout the world. The mages of wind are worried that if this continues, we'll see void rifts open. Much in the same way that Luna once threatened to devour the world with its rifts. So I think it comes as no surprise we have to stop this now, before it gets completely out of control. So I've called you all here to discuss the matter and see if I could get your aid. Lord Raylan, I've heard tales of the Green Company before. Would you please take the lead in these endeavors as I continue my studies, you and the company both? Very well. What is the plan, and do you have a location for this goblin? Does it have a name? I'm not sure of the goblin's name, and unfortunately I am unsure of his exact location. Very slippery goblin. That is what I hope to fix today. There is research in wind that I need my hands on to determine the next course of action. I am unable to go myself. I would like the Green Company to lead this group to wind. You'll need to all work together during this time and share information. This is when I realized that there may be some actual action on this. So I go and get AoE pet. The magical barrier she's referring to, City of Wind, actually requires 70, magery skill to actually get into. Not everyone may be able to make it into Wind. Do we have any mages here? Let's see. Perhaps we can coordinate mages. Could go into Wind, come back and share the. Raylan, what would be the best course of action here? A mage with a gate and a rune to Wind. I'm guessing the rune library will have a recall rune into the city. I have never been. Jeez. Blacker than under the bed. Let me go check the library and see if I can find a rune. I'll go and mark one, then return here. This is when I realized I did not bring my orc bow. And I go find it. And yes, I lost it. Completely lost it. Oh, it's in the last chest in my entire house that I looked at? Yep, it was. Amazing. This was when Gunship kept trying to snoot her bags around. Raylan is back. Perfect. I'm hoping the mages can find what we're looking for. And Raylan states that he rune to the wind. If you have magical talent, step through the portal to wind and see if you can find some research. I'm looking for a book on elemental binding. So at this point, I knew that I didn't have Magery, but return here once it has been found. But I assumed that there would be some sort of ambush or something over at the wind gate. So I went over just to check everything out, make sure it wasn't triggered by where he stepped, all that stuff. As you can see, people are just so there seems to be some confusion as to why some people can't get in. I don't think that they realize that had to have a certain level of Magery in order to get in there. So there doesn't look like there's any monsters over at this area. So I wanted to go ahead and get back to the other area, see if anything was going on over there. When I arrived, there was a ton of corpses, so I knew that I had missed the beginning of the action. But okay, she says, "Is that all of them?" Please help the. The goblin must have sensed the moon gate opening and ambushed us. He's getting stronger. So at this point, what it seems like is the goblin knows that we had sent mages into Wind to try to get the book. She says, "Is everyone okay?" So I'm guessing that he's trying to send his reinforcements in order to stop us on this side, knowing that our troops have split in half pretty much, because half of the people that arrived are now trying to get into Wind. Okay, good. That was unexpected. I'm worried that the longer the mages are away, the more of a target we have. I would keep your weapons at the ready, defend the area until the mages return. And as you can see here, orcs begin to come in waves, including captains, bombers, all. It looks like that wave is down. Well done, she says. And bear with me for the corpse boxes. There's a lot of stuff on the ground, so my guy picks up. This is when I noticed that to get a 115, it's like 140k. Decided to go spend 7,500 to get a 110. But as you can see, more orcs have spawned in. Goblin alchemists, enslaved goblins. This time, though, with elementals. Kind of a strange combination there. All right, so nothing too hard there on that one. The wave did get a little larger, it seemed, but it was made clear that this was going to be a very RP focused, story focused event rather than a combat. Looks like we got another wave coming in. More fire elementals, earth elementals now, as well as goblins and other orcs. The attacks are getting more frequent. Anyone make contact with the mage? Is there progress? Oop, and already another wave, so this time it looks like we've got air elementals, fire, and earth elementals. There's definitely something going on elemental. All right, so it looks like the book has been found. And she says, "You found it?" Looks like Kalandra found it. Perfect. Let's get all of the mages back as soon as we can. And as she said that, a whole nother wave came in. Lord Raylan, I'm afraid we're under attack. Apprentice Kane has found a book inside Wind that may be a clue. He is taking notes at present and will return soon. Oop, another spawn comes in. So this one looks like it was actually a little bit more mobs than all the other ones. I've never seen a goblin capable of this kind of magic. Endless elementals, goblins, and orcs. Just a quick look at just how many people came to this event, which is pretty awesome. Let's try to assemble everyone here. All of the mages and everyone who ventured out. You all fought very well. I didn't expect we would ever have to defend ourselves here. Hopefully we've seen the last of the ambushes for now. Thank you, Lord Raylan. As soon as Kane returns, we'll discuss the next. Oh, and another ambush, it looks like. A weaker attack. Perhaps the goblin does have limits. Oh, here we go again. We need the mages back as soon as possible. Okay, looks like someone just handed her the book, and she said thank you for the note. Let's give everyone a minute or two to get back here. Follow me over to our makeshift library. It may get crowded. Yeah. If you want to stand outside, I understand. We do have an orc in here. Is everyone outside able to hear me? And then someone put up a wall or a gate so no one could get out and actually let. Community is so funny. Okay, let me take a look at this book. This is hundreds of pages long. How did you copy this so quickly? So she mentions that it looks like it was written by the archmage that is her mentor. Oh. Oh no. All right, everybody, this is the important part. The book that was found, it actually gets placed down, and we were allowed to read it. And I'll go over that as well here. Here is the book for everyone to read. Okay, so it's on elemental binding. This. Okay, so if you're a fast reader and you can't focus when other people are talking, just wanted to give you the opportunity to go over that as well. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the beginning, and I'm going to actually read it for those that can't see the text or whatever else read. All right, so this says the book is hundreds of pages of notes, drawings, and magical words of power, all of it pertaining to research on elementals. Throughout my life, I have dedicated myself to the study of elementals. Where do they come from? Where do they go once banished? I believe I have finally tracked down the answer to these questions, and it's led me down a path I never thought possible. Elemental energy can be intercepted before it is banished completely and stored for future use. I told you guys this is where it gets cool. This could result in an artifact of great power in which the wielder could summon a multitude of elementals without needing to know how magic actually works. The artifacts bend to the user's will. I created a modern version of this artifact, a piece of pottery I had sitting around. I inscribed runes on it and painstakingly, oh my goodness, painstakingly etched. Painstakingly etched words of power into the sides. I cannot describe the feeling I felt when it captured its first essence, the raw magical energies of an elemental bound to a simple jug. I could feel the power throughout my body, and I couldn't help but feel as though I should not be in the hands of any one being. I had put the jug away into our stores in the very back end of time. I can't continue my research knowing that I am creating could be used for incredibly destructive purposes. It might go against the vows I made when I started working here. If you are reading this research in the future, please don't follow in my path. Destroy the artifact if you get the chance, and destroying this book as well. This is a secret that should be lost to time. In the final pages of this book, I've included instructions on how one might track down this artifact should it ever be lost to us. Get these instructions to Lunia Moonbow, my young apprentice. She will know what to do, and she will need all the help she can. The rest of the book is filled with complicated diagrams beyond your understanding. Magic almost flows from the pages. Of course, it tells you to take screenshots. So what she's saying is that the book should have been in the archives in Luna. So the fact that someone was able to get to the book is crazy. So she's asking, how did a goblin get to the book in the first place? As much as I hate to say it, I have to agree, and that was that may not have been the goblin at all. I think you are right, Lord Raylan. That is that the book must be destroyed. Well, to destroy it, we first need to find it. Okay. So basically, it's a Lord of the Rings thing. So someone had a thing of great power that could destroy everyone and decided to keep it instead of. This goblin is capable of teleporting around at will. He is capable of summoning hordes of orcs, goblins, and elementals. Let me take a look at these instructions in the back. Oh, I see. My mentor was always talented beyond belief. Okay, so apparently she can read the runes in the back of it. I'm guessing that her mentor, whatever she studies with him, would have led her to be. It's the instructions on how to make a magical device that will track the goblin. A large device at that. So basically, the device tracks that jug, and the goblin will have the jug, so we can go right to it. It might take all of the mages of wind and more to put this together. Probably not mobile. We definitely need not just one engineer, but many. We have a lot to gather to make this a reality. Could I ask for the help of all of you in this? So it does seem like this is going to be more geared towards crafters at this point, to build this device. I'm guessing that the melees or mages or whatever, friends as well, anyone you can spread the word to. So yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be more of a gathering thing. Those of us that don't have any of the industrial skills. I'm not sure on cost, but many here might have some idea. It looks like we may need goods from almost every profession. He said, let me see here. Greater explosion potions in large quantities to power the device. Gem circlets to use as magical foci for the device. We'll need many alchemist tables for the mages of wind to put this together. Bread for the work, crossbows for the soldiers to protect the device. Cunning scrolls, aprons, axles, and gear. Unfortunately, I don't think that Wynn can afford to pay everyone for this effort. Not with our focus being on Luna and holding back the tide here. The orc gunship is very offended at this objective being freely able to. It's like a Ferengi. I'm sorry, but this must be a charity for the good of the land. You do not have to participate, but without your help, who knows what might happen. Goblin will go unchecked. Thank you all. Follow me back over to the tower. All right, everybody. So basically, at this point, she goes on to tell that we need to take the supplies that she's requested and put them in here. And the rest, let me see here. This is actually going to be what they're looking for. It's greater explosions times 2,000. Power the machine. Gem circlet times 1,000. 500 crossbows for the soldiers. Let's see, alchemist table times 250. My God. Bread times 1,000. Food for the mages. Cunning scrolls times 1,000. Full apron times 500. Axle with gears times 1,000. So a lot of actual, things that we need. But once you get them, you actually place them in these boxes right here, or these mailboxes, and they'll take care of that. So I'm hoping this doesn't take too long. I really want to see how this ends, but the next event I will definitely make that recording so we will follow exactly what happened. Thanks again for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the event. I will see you guys in the next one.